how did the Kamlyks of Russia become Buddhist? Is it because they were or they are Mongolic? Let's go to the map and understand what is this. First of all, yeah, the map will help us. So let's go to the map and let me show you something on the map. Once again, we bring out the map and let's search for Kamlykya, Kamlykia. Okay, Kamlykya, Russia, and you will be surprised to see where it is. It's in the Caucasus region, North Caucasus region. Kamlykya, north of Chechnya, Dagestan, that region, on the shores essentially of the Caspian Sea, more or less. That's Kamlykya. And in this region, you have a majority Buddhist population. And the people, the Kamlyks who live here, are of Mongolic origin. Very interesting story. Very interesting story. So that's the deal with the Kamlyks. Now let's take that off the screen and let me tell you the story of the Kamlyks. Okay, so the Kamlyks were historically called the Oirat people. That's one of the original, not original, but one of the Mongolian tribes or clans that existed during the time of Sri Chinggis Khan, the Oirats. So the Oirats were a branch of the Mongolian people, and they eventually migrated from Mongolia, from Central Asia. They were all nomads. So they migrated from that region to the Caspian Sea region, the Caucasus region, North Caucasus region, sometime in the 1600s, sometime in the 17th century. Okay. Now, as we know, the Mongols eventually became Buddhists. Their original religion, so to say, was a polytheistic religion that is called Tengrism in English. And Western historians, at least some of them, try to make Tengrism sound like like a monotheistic religion based on the worship of one deity, Tengri, the Sky Father, which is not the case. You have the Sky Father, Tengri, you have the Earth Mother, Umai, and you have a whole other pantheon of gods, goddesses. There is nature worship, there is spirit worship, there is all of that in what you call Tengrism. So that was the original culture, the religion of the Mongols. Then after Sri Chinggis Khan passed away, his son Ogadai becomes the emperor. Then eventually you have Sri Kublai Khan, who rules China, and Tibet becomes the protectorate of Sri Kublai Khan's empire. And that's how the Mongols are introduced to Tibetan Buddhism. And eventually it becomes the state religion, de facto state religion in Mongolia. So today, if you go to Mongolia, they practice a very beautiful syncretic system, which is part Tengrism, part Tibetan Vajrayana Buddhism. So they will have swastikas, they will pray to the Buddha, they will also pray to Chinggis Khan, they will also pray to Tengri, and they also pray to Umai, the Earth Mother. That's that sort of thing. That's very common in Asia. It's also very common in India, practicing multiple faith systems, which are the same, essentially, at the same time. You see the same thing in Manipur, Sanamahism and Vaishnavism. You see that in Japan, Shinto and Buddhism. Shinto is more similar to Hinduism than Buddhism. That's what the Japanese used to write back in the day, 1,000 years ago, and so on. So because of this, these Kamlyks, the Kamlyk people, the Oirats, they also became Buddhists. And when they moved to the Caspian Sea region, to the Caucasus region, they brought Buddhism there. Okay, and if you go to the place, to that region, the Kamlykya region, you will see lots of Buddhist temples, monasteries, and this region eventually came under the jurisdiction of the Russian Empire. So the Kamlyks became subjects of the Russian Empire, but they maintained their Buddhist practices and they kept building temples. Then Russia became the USSR, officially atheist country. So all of that was suppressed for 70 odd years. And then in the early 90s, the Soviet Union disintegrates. And then you saw a revival, a resurgence of Bauddha Dharma in the Kamlykya region. So it's the only part of, essentially, of what is Europe that has a dharmic majority, a Buddhist majority. So that's the story of the Kamlyks. Very interesting story, isn't it?